Hello guys and welcome to my stream. Today we will be streaming a new embark on Dwarf Fortress. Please help me out with the audio setting if you find that my voice is fine. Please let me know in the chat and we'll be starting in a bit. Got some water ready on the table. Music's playing. Yeah. I'll say just a little hello to the chat. Hello guys. Setting up the mic. Hope this is fine. I'll just stick with it. Let's just start. Here you go. So we're gonna start from the beginning. I'm gonna start playing in the Smataksagu region. And in Dwarf Fortress mode. Okay. The first thing we're gonna want to do is search for a suitable place to embark in. So the ones I usually like are zones where there are no aquifers and where there are some metals of sorts, if that makes sense. I don't care about evil biomes, but I will set it low just for the sake of the educational part of the stream. I want you to be able to sustain yourself in your own fortress. So let's just do that. Closing the door so there's a background noise. Here you go. Come on, game. Also, streaming is very new to me, so please let me know if you have any remarks concerning the quality of the stream. Feedback is pretty much very welcome. Okay, so once you're in this screen, you have to choose the fortress location in the world. You have a few tools, the first one of which is F, find desired location. Okay, so we're gonna hit F and we're gonna scroll to the options on the right side of the screen. So for me, I will just say temperature is medium. Fluxstone, yes, because we want some fluxstones to be able to start out our metal industry later. I'll get to that one later. Aquifers, basically no, I don't want any aquifer because it's a pain to get through. I would recommend for new players to play on to set the aquifers to know in the settings of the launcher. I also recommend that you download the starter pack if that's possible for your platform. What you're using, I'm using DF hack and The Dwarf Therapist are two utilities that you should be playing with at all times. Shallow metal, yes. Deep metal, yes. I want some, I guess, little soil is okay. And yeah, let's do the search. Right now it's scrolling the world in search for a suitable place that meets the parameters we already set. So let's see. Right now you see the blinking X's on the region section of the screen. So this is where we are. To start browsing, we are the center X that's yellow, if you can see it. So let's press escape and browse the results. As you can see, there are many places we can go. They are blinking green. Looking at the right side of the screen, you can see the what you have in the area. The temperate freshwater swamp is temperate. It is a heavily forested area, and they have some other vegetations, and the surrounding wilderness. Once it is green, I mean the color of these parameters can change. If like I will scroll on the side, you see that there are no more trees. So this is not good. If you want to start with some wood, you can start on these areas. And yeah, if you don't like to start with or having already some wood in your embark, well, I'm gonna just go back to the place where I was before. As you see, the parameters on the... I'm scrolling through the local map, and the parameters change a bit when I do that. I can resize the local area because I want some water to be flowing on my map, so let's do that. They say capital H is no, so capital K to make it like bigger, I guess. And let's play on this area. This is now our place we chose to embark on. I will press E to embark. They say you have selected a large area. Choose a smaller area if you experience lags. Well, I can dismiss this just by pressing enter. And let's embark, okay? So if you are a new player, you want to prepare for the journey carefully, or you just want to use some of the easy starts that are already built in the game, I will walk you through the prepare for the journey carefully, because I want to have some control over what I use as a start. If you have any questions, let me know in the chat. Okay, let's start this. So we have the 7 starting dwarves that are peasants, and they have 10 next to each of them, which are the skill points that you can allow and use on this side of the screen, if that makes sense. Also, if you press tab, you can get to the materials part of your journey. As you can see, we brought up some big battle axes, an iron anvil, ale, rum, wine, etc. There are so many things that you should be aware of, but I would probably just add one pick, and I press like minus to remove one battle axe. I don't want any anvil, so I will press minus and it's gone. I start with 20 dwarven ale, 20 dwarven rum, 20 dwarven wine. It's okay for me. What I want to bump up is the plump helmet spawn. These are seeds for what we call plump helmets. They are mushrooms that are used to be eaten, cooked, or brewed, but we will be mostly brewing the plump helmets because the dwarves are a crazy bunch. They all love to drink, and we should give them just that. So that's why the alcohol is important in this game, and you should only allow plump helmets to be brewed. And I'll show you that on the setup once we get into the game. Pigtail seeds are used for planting fiber plants that can may be used to make clothing, if that makes sense. Caveweed seeds are for food, I guess. So let's keep it simple and keep only these three and bump up the numbers so that we can have a lot of them. It doesn't cost that much. When I'm pressing plus on anything, you see the points on the bottom half of the screens are going down. That's why every time you press up on the numbers, you have to pay the points for it. Every seed costs 1 point, if that makes sense. I'm gonna bump it up to 21 for the seeds. And also I'm gonna get rid of the other spawns because I want to use them for the sake of the example. Here you have goat trip. Is basically trips of goats that can be eaten by your dwarves. You want to have some food on embark because you may not have access to food right away. I'm gonna bring some cave lobsters with me. The plump helmets I won't bring because I'm gonna just plant the seeds and wait. Pigtail thread is not necessary, I guess. No, I'm gonna remove them all. Pigtail cloth, not that much. I don't need this. I don't need pigtail rope. Wait, I have a question on the chat. Are you going to take an anvil with you, or are you going to try to trade for one once you're ready for metal smithing? I just got rid of the anvil that they gave me on embark. Yeah, I'm gonna just try to trade for it. I'm not gonna set up the metal industry on the first year, so there will be a time where the dwarven caravan will come and we can trade the things we don't have with them, if that makes sense. So yeah, I want like the mountain goat leather quivers. Yes, I want this. Buckets I can make, so I won't bring it with me. Splints, no. I don't want any crutches. I don't want a wheelbarrow, I don't want a stepladder. So let's keep it simple. 3 quivers, 21 of each food, 21 of the 3 seeds types, and 20 of every alcohol type. Also, I bumped up the Bigster tree and copper battle axe down to 1. What I am gonna add is wood to my embark, because it's very cheap, I guess. I'm not gonna do it right now, but hey, I'm gonna just add it once I am done customizing the dwarves. So we start out with 7 dwarves that have 10 skill points to spend. I'm gonna bump down the music because I don't hear myself talking. Well, here you go. So the skill points, you get 10 for every dwarf, and every time you spend a skill point, you will see the points on the bottom half of the screen, on the bottom of the screen actually. They will go down. So I will assign 3 dwarves to be minus, proficient minus. As you can see, the points I got left got bumped down. Okay, this one will be a minor. This is also gonna be a minor. I recommend you to do that because, well, you will need minors early on, so let's just make sure we have as many minors as we have pickaxes, if that makes sense. I want one guy to be a woodcutter, a novice one, have that. And I also want him to be a mason, a good mason. Also, important thing, if you want your dwarves to have multiple jobs, you can set them on the embark screen. So once you fiddle down with this, you will get the hang of it. It's easy once you actually start to play to know what kind of things you need in the embark. So I want my peasant to be woodcutter, proficient mason. I want this one to be a grower. Where is grower? Okay, here you go. I want him to be a proficient grower, so that will help on the farming side of the game. Also, I want my 2 last dwarves to assume some important positions. I want this one to be a generally skilled doctor, like for all purposes, because you don't get that much doctors early on. Yeah, let's do that. Adequate diagnostician, adequate surgeon, adequate bone doctor, adequate suturer, and adequate wound dresser. Okay. And this one will be an appraiser. So appraising in this game makes this dwarf be better at judging the prices of things and give you better trade prices for when you trade. So you want somebody to be proficient enough to be a broker, basically. I can give secondary jobs for my dwarves, but I will keep it simple for now. I want this particular dwarf like to be a record keeper. This is a job that doesn't take that much and can be stacked with other ones because it's like a once do and forget job, so it's okay. Here we also have the organizer. This second dwarf will also be a manager once we get into the game. I'll try to explain the concepts as thoroughly as possible. If you have any questions, please let me know. And I'm done with the skills as per se. So let's get back to the material screen, and I want more animals. So if you're starting out, you want to pick up some animals to start with. I will go with some dogs, 3 females, 1 male, and I want some cats, 3 cat females and 1 male cat. And yeah, basically that's okay. You can also make a poultry of sorts. I use mainly turkeys for that. So I will put 1 turkey gobbler and 3 turkey hens. For the rest of the points I got left, I will just buy wood. So for that I will press N, new, and then I will type in willow wood. No, I can't do that. Okay, I'll type just wood. And I will gonna scroll through this and find willow wood, if that is possible. It is not possible to pick willow wood on Embark. Interesting. So basically you want to search for I'm not gonna go with a specific wood, I'm just gonna choose a random wood thing. I don't see willow wood. That's a noise. That annoys me. So basically you want some wood that's light, that can be carried around easier. I'll just go with a random almond wood logs, and I will get as much as I can. So yeah, I'm pressing plus and you see the points going down. And this is all the wood I can get. Almond wood logs. Okay. For now I'm gonna name the fort. I'm gonna say that let's make it a front compound is let me know if you have ideas for the fort name or for the group. Chill. Chill is good for me. The rear compound will be Lancers. This is a bit boring, but I'm going for a specific name. As you can see, you can make a lot of combinations. I missed it. I'm gonna go back a little bit. Chill larvae. Okay, let's go with that. I'm done. Also, I'm gonna name the group. The front compound will be the the blameless drinker looks fine to me. I'm gonna go with that. Okay. Let's save this embark into a new profile. Drunk bunch is fine to me. And let's go. Let's press E to embark into this new thing. I am ready. Let's go. You have arrived. After a journey from mountain homes into the forbidden wilderness area beyond, your hard trek has finally ended. Your party of 7 is to make an outpost for the glory of all the English Gimbish. There are almost no supplies left, but without labor comes sustenance. Whether by bolt, plow, or hook, provide for your dwarves. You are expecting a supply caravan just before winter entombs you, but it is spring now, enough time to delve secure lodgings ere the dingoes get hungry. A new chapter of dwarven history begins here at this place. Educationnal Chilave strike the earth. Let's go. So here you are in this beautiful world. See, these are all things and dwarves and animals, and they just are laying around the wagon. I specifically want to show what you should do first, but before that I will take a short break and be right back. Well, I'm back. Let's delve into what are the intricacies of a new embark. If you got this far, I thank you very much. And well, be sure to follow my channel for the next playthrough. We are going to do this like a mini series of sorts. So yeah, you can learn how to play Dwarf Fortress with me. Hopefully in the chat there are some interesting questions about this, and I will be happy to answer them in time. Let's get this started. So before I do anything on this area, I just need to scout the area, because I don't know what is around me. I'm just looking at my dwarves and I don't know what is happening in this area. So yeah, let's check out our dwarves. We press V for that, and these are the different like dwarves we have. These are animals: stray dog, stray yak bull, and a stray yak cow. Fantastic. Once you get embarked into the game, some animal is needed to carry the wagon around. So you are given 3 animals that are used to like transport the wagon to the place where you did embark. This is some realistic thing going on. And yeah, so 3 animals. I'm gonna now check the units that are around the let's see, press Z for status. No, we press U, and these are my dwarves, and these are the pets I have. These are other animals that are. This is important to check because you want to know if there is some dangerous thing going on in the fort, around the fort area. So now you see that we have a copperhead snake that we don't want to get near. And if you want to see where he is on the map, you have to press V, Z, go to unit, and it will show you his location on the map. You see, it's blinking just below the X square. So also I want to evaluate where he is in relation to my dwarves. So I'm gonna just zoom out, use the mouse scrolling button for that. Our inbox should be around the middle of the map, somewhere. You can press, no, it's all over there. You should use the inferior and superior sign, more than or less than signs, to scroll through the elevation of the map. So you see that the copperhead snake is way far from my current location, and when I press downwards, I can see my dwarves. Let's zoom in on them. No, this is zooming out. Okay. So now we can see that we are over our dwarves. There are some trees blocking the vision, but it's fine. What we're gonna want to do is dig down a few levels at least, and set up our base underground. That's what I'm gonna do today. So for that, we're gonna just scroll to any location really, and press D to design. We're gonna design downstairs so that we can delve into the ground. We're gonna make it a square, 9 by 9, no, 3 by 3 square, sorry. And also I'm gonna remove the designation, pressing X, and remove the center square. So that way I have a like 9 tiles walkable area that are used for my dwarves to get down into the ground. And from now on I will use up and down stairs using the same layout. I will just go down one level and then make a square of sort. And I can actually set up a zone to be dug out by pressing the elevation button down, down, down. As you can see, on the far right on the screen there are some numbers going down. That means we are delving inside the ground. And you can see the selection box is 3 by 3 by 20, 20 being the Z level that we are aiming for. So let's just do that. I'm designating a zone to be like up and down stairs all the way to 20 level below ground. Also I will press X to remove designation, and I'm gonna press enter and go back to the top so that I cancel all the center squares of this stairwell, if that makes sense. So here we go. We have 9 by 9, 3 by 3 square going down to the 20th level below ground. That's cool by me. Also, you have to press T to chop down the trees that are near the entrance to your fortress. This is the foundations of your fortress is that stairwell shaft kind of thing that goes down into the ground, and and you want to chop the trees around that area. So let's go, let's do it. Chop down trees is D by default, and you have to designate I press enter and I go and designate like a big square selection area for that. And what will happen if you see that the black tree trunks are designated to be removed by our wood cutter. Also, let's go back and then press I for zones. I'm gonna set up a zone. It doesn't have to be very big. I'm gonna set it like this big, and this will be an activity zone number 1. I'm gonna press N to make it a pen and pasture, and I'm gonna press capital N to pen the grazing animals so that they have some food, if that makes sense. I'm gonna just press capital G so that I can see the grazing animals. I'm gonna select them both. If they are hanging out in the same location, animals will breed, so be sure to keep the animals of the same type in an enclosed pen pasture so that they can breed over time. Also, I'm gonna set another activity zone by pressing I and going like a square like this. I'm gonna pen and pasture, and I'm gonna pen the dogs around the entrance of my fort. They serve as like sketchy defense for if somebody want to enter your fort, they have to get past the dogs, and if they are not friendly, the dogs will bark and detect the person that's trying to get into your fort. So it's okay. Also, you want to set a zone that's like a fishing area. As you see, as I went to the river and I set up this little zone to be a water source. This is not very important in the beginning because my dwarves have enough drinks to carry on their work for quite a while actually. But if you set a water source, what you can do, what you should do actually, is go to job list. No, you have to say press O and go on press Z, activity zone, and select F for zone only fishing. This is important because you don't want your dwarves to go fish at every pond. You want to assign them to specific zones where they can fish. If there are dangerous animals wandering about, you want to be able to control where the dwarves are allowed to go. Also, what I need to do, I'm gonna go back to the previous area. I needed to to a refuse stockpile. So once your dwarves eat something, or once an animal is dead nearby, the remains, the refuse, will need to be stored somewhere, and you have to make a stockpile for that. So let's do it. Press P for stockpile and a R for refuse, and set a little zone around the entrance of your fort. Not very far from entrance, but like a small zone. You can set it like this, and the refuse will be hauled to this area particularly, and your dwarves will not complain about like trash laying around in the fort. So okay, we are ready to start unpausing the game. Let's go. For some reason my game is laggy. Okay, here we go. So they start to do the jobs I assigned: cutting trees, penning, pasturing animals, and digging down into the ground. You have to... oh. We already found some gems, that's nice. This is what I call exploratory mining for the time being. We are just digging down blind. We don't know what we will find downstairs. 3 dwarves are making short work of the digging job, or 20 level down, since they are proficient miners. I'm monitoring the activity of my minor dwarf carefully, because sometimes you just want them to stop what they are doing if you don't feel like digging deeper. I have so much fun playing this game, it's amazing. So here they go. They dug out the 21st levels down to... I'm gonna pause the game for now. And let's do something else now. So they dug into the ground, and it's already like a... These levels are grayed out. If you designate a zone to be dug out, you want to do it just before you reach the stone walls, if that makes sense. So this is soil, and this is still soil with some stone, and this is stone. So I want to build on the highest, the lowest level where there is still soil in the ground, if that makes sense. Let's do it here actually. So designate and mine. I'm gonna do a little farm area or sort around this area. a square like this should do. And yeah, this is gonna be the farm level of sorts. I will just make them dig a 9x9 square and a I'm gonna expand it also in this direction. In this direction I want to make a what should I call it? A trade depot or so, maybe. Or maybe on this side. Rambling like now, but hey, if you have questions about what I'm doing, please let me know. I can read chat and I will answer all your questions. So I'm gonna dig out a 9x9 square right here. Also, I'm gonna cancel this because I don't have it an immediate priority for now. I'm gonna go down one level and I'm gonna dig out more squares. More squares. It's for the best. So yeah. A square here. This would be our storage area for food. This way I'm gonna just dig a 9x9 square, or maybe a bigger one, I don't know yet. Let's designate a 9x9 square again. Once it is done, it will be nice for setting up the areas around the shafts. This little stairwell. Oh, this is fine by me. I will just resume the gameplay. New fortress, yes. Battle by 75. Thank you for coming. This is a new embark, and I'm trying to show you the ropes of how to make your very first fort. Please let me know if you have questions. I'm very happy to answer them as I go. So this is good for us. There are some soil floors which we want for our farming area, general farming. I want to be able to farm early because it's the most sustainable way of getting food and booze on your fort. Survival is quite a broad word for Dwarf Fortress as a description, but hey, you need your dwarves to thrive, and for that you need to have some plans for them. Carving out areas in the beginning is good. Now I dug out into some stone area, so I can see a little stone blocks laying around. This is shale stone. Interesting. Once my dwarves are done digging, which they will do erratically as they do, and this annoys me, we will start designating what we want them to build in these specific areas. Here you go. Come on, get 1 square there and 1 square. Okay. How erratic is this? Okay. Let's pause the game and build some things on the very first thing you want to build is a farm plot. Okay. It doesn't the only prerequisite for it is that you build it on a soil floor. That's why we build it the farm level in this area particularly. So I press K to change the width of my farm plot. I'm gonna set multiple farm plots of 3 squares each. So let's press P for farm plot and change the width. Farm plot. No, this is not what I wanted. Farm plot and then okay, farm plot. You see, I am also doing my carrots early. Battle by 75. I'm doing my carrots now. This is a private joke, by the way, for other viewers. Oh, here, Battle by say, can you move soil and put it on a floor that is stone? What? Yeah, no, definitely, but you can make a stone floor be soil. Be muddy is the right word. You want to like throw some buckets of water or make it humid enough so that you create mud on the floor, and if there is mud you can start planting. So let's carry on. Okay. Ooh, I messed up this one. I'm gonna remove it. I press X once I messed up something and it's gone. Let's build another one that's like 3 wide, please. Please game, do it. You can do it. P double K, place this here. Okay. P double K, con, P double K, P. Okay. Now we are done farm plotting. we will have to set a stockpile for seeds specifically. So let's build it. We have to press P and then press C for custom stockpile and T for custom settings. And I want this particular stockpile only to, I'm gonna press E to enable food, and on each food type I will like forbid everyone's except for the seeds. I only want seeds around my farm, if that makes sense. Here you go. Or maybe, yeah, okay. So let's press escape. And now this is a custom stockpile that only accepts seeds. I will set it just in this area. So my dwarves will start hauling the seeds to the stockpile, and then I need to assign things to be planted on each individual farm plot. So let's press V for view, go to each one. Let's just click on each farm plot with the mouse and oh, it's not constructed yet. I can do that. What I want to do also is to set a stockpile for food. So once they get the planting and thing going, I want them to be able to store it somewhere. So let's make a stockpile like this, P and F, food, and let's go. Just bring me all the food. You can make the stockpile setting very specific, but if you only want like I set up this stockpile, I want to change the settings of it, I can. So I want all the food except for seeds. So now I forbid seeds, and here you go. They won't bring the seeds here. Also, this will be a general trading goods stockpile. I want my traders to hold the things inside the fort in some way. So let's do it. I want this to be finished goods. G, finished goods, and set this so it's okay. This is the general blueprints I use to make all my forts, because I want to be able to start my food production early. I also want people to start cooking food. So let's build let's dig out an area that's gonna be for the workshops. Press X to cancel designations, and D to mine all this 9x9 square. Also, I want my area for trading to be this way. Okay, it did not work. I just cancelled the thing. Ah, here we go. A nice cross. So once I unpause the game, my dwarves are gonna rush to dig this, and some are gonna rush to this area to bring up the seeds to the food stockpile, and the food to the food stockpile, and beer and everything. So the dwarves are really active. My diggers are going, my miners are going at this, so that they can expand the fort. Also, one thing I love to do, and it's pretty much important to do early is to set up a pen and pasture for your cats around where the food is, because the cats will catch vermin like rats and stuff that will come and eat your food. So let's do this. I press I for zones, and I will set up a zone that's exactly covering the food area. And I'm gonna press N for pen and pasture, capital N to set the pen and pasture. I'm gonna scroll down the list and select cats. I want all my cats to come here. Speaking of things that I need to set up a little area for my turkey so that my turkey can lay eggs. I'm gonna designate it right now. Let's mine. I like to do it like this, just one box. And since we have 3 turkeys, it doesn't make sense to make it a big one. Here you go. Resuming the gameplay. Now my cats are assigned to this location and they will just be defending the food. And dogs are defending the fort entrance. Battle by 75, tabbing in and out, working on things, but I'm listening. Okay. Good to know. For some reason I have some lag, I don't know why. So next thing I want to do is to set up the still and the kitchen are very important things. We're gonna build with B building and then go to W workshops and go down to kitchen. The kitchen is used as a way to enhance the food, or like cooked food is important because it is more valuable and more satisfactory to eat than raw food, if that makes sense. So let's play this, and I'm gonna make it out of shale. Let's go. And also I want a still, so L shortcut, and this will be built out of shale too. You want to set these 2 early because once you start producing plump helmets, this is not good. I have some vermin here. You can see the vermin in the farm plot. This is a vermin. Okay, I'm gonna. As you can see, this little guy is a rat. And he is on my farm plot. Luckily, I don't have that much going on in the farm plot per se. But let's say I don't want the vermin to be layering around in the farming area. So I'm gonna assign a zone with I and make a pen pasture around the farm level. N, capital N, and send my male cat to this area. One cat is capable of suppressing vermin on a whole level, so it's okay. Also, I want to set up a a little small area to host all the turkeys, I guess. Yeah, let's pen pasture my turkey hens. This is I'm gonna just enclose every one of them in this small area, one by one, I guess is the word I was looking for. Turkey, straight turkey, female. Let's go. I'm gonna set up a 2 square area. I'm gonna pen the third female, and I'm gonna select like an area that joins the other ones for the turkey gobbler to come visit the turkey hens once in a while. So let's do it. Pen pasture, capital N, and let's send my stray turkey gobbler there so that he can hang out with the ladies. Well, I'm paused the game for now. See, my dwarves are bringing the turkeys where they should be. Here you go. For now, I don't have that much things going on for them. I need to designate my workshop area for wood, if that makes sense. Let's build and mine this particular area. Is it blue though? It's 9 by 9 square, I guess. Maybe a bigger square is good. Okay, this will be my wood stockpile of sorts. Also, I'm gonna enclose some workshops. So I want to mine this way and make a 3 by 3 square for the workshop to be enclosed there. It's important to keep things organized for your fort if you start this game, so that next time you will scroll down, you will know what kind of area you're looking at. So I like my zones to be separated by one elevation level, if that makes sense, so that I can just go down to any particular area and know what it is right away. I don't have to guess what did I build there, or what did I dig there, sorry. Okay, let's go. Dwarves, go at it. Go dwarves, go. Why is it still? Designate my sorry. For some reason, it went on to be marker only, and I was a bit stumped by the blue color things. Okay, that should work. Let's go. Go, dwarves, go! Round 2. Mind this out. Oh, stop. I'm gonna just remove this one square. Okay. Go, dwarves, go! Round 3. I like watching miners do their jobs. Because these guys, these 3 guys, are the most productive of all your dwarves. The others are just idling now, since they don't have a job and don't want to work. Okay, so what I needed to do is to start planting things into the farm plots. So I select every individual farm plot, highlight the plant I want, like plum helmets first. I'm gonna press Shift Enter so that it will be planted all seasons long. I want my plum helmets all the time. See, it's highlighted. Once it's highlighted, it means that it is selected. Okay, this should do for the plump helmets. For now, I'm just gonna do the first row of plump helmets. That's why I bought 21 seeds on Embark, so that it makes like 3 by 7 area, and it's enough to cover the farm plots I did. Those I wanted to make like cave wheat and pigtails into, but since I'm just starting out actually, and this season is not suitable for the cave wheat and pigtails, my dwarves can't go and plant them, if that makes sense. The lost voice. Oh, did I mute myself? You lost your voice. I don't see it being I don't see it being muted on my part. So okay. Hello, Dice of Fire, and welcome to the stream. Let's go, dwarves. Go, mine, go. Winter is upon me. What a surprise. I hope he didn't start planting, because if it gets to winter, the plants will just die out. Which is annoying. That's why you want to plant on season start, so that you have that many harvests going on. So yeah, he just started planting the farm plots, which is good, I guess. So these plants will carry on being planted and will grow for, like, I think you have 3 or 4 harvests each season. So this makes like 21, or like 60 plum helmets, which is a lot actually. And if you have a proficient grower, a good planter, I guess, he goes fast at this and knows when he should and should not plant things. This is, yeah, Intricus is a high-level farmer. That's why it's good to have at least one high-level farmer at all times. There is no cook. Okay. So once you set up a building and there is no job active for that particular building, you see the construction being inactive for some time, and if you click on the building you see why. He needs brewing or plant gathering for the still, and he needs cooking for the kitchen to be constructed. So to do that, I think it's in job lists, I guess. No. There is a tool that can do this for you. That is called Dwarf Therapist. I can't show it on camera because it's a third-party application and it messes up my OBS setup. So what can I do? There is a second tool that's bundled with DFHack that can allow you to fiddle with the dwarves jobs assignment. So let's just press U. Okay, this is the manage labours. If you can see, it's the red L on the bottom of the screen. You have to press L to manage labours, and then you will see a list of your dwarves and the professions they have. This is a very messy screen. I don't like to see it because it's so messy. But if you want a particular job to be enabled, you have to just enable it. Like, this is like not bowyer, not carpenter, not mason, not anything, you see? Not trapper, etc. But if you go down on the list, you see that little thing. I want to enable cooking, and okay, here you go. This is not cook, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna make the doctor be a cook. So I press this and the cooking is possible for them. It is not a presser. What is a presser? I guess it's a brewer, I guess. That's what I'm looking for. Is presser the same thing as brewer? Let me know in the chat if you... Oh, okay, here it is. not brewer, I'm gonna set it to brewer, pressing enter, and B to apply professions. No. Escape to be done. Okay. Once I resume the gameplay now, you will see that some dwarves will just come to the area and start building the workshops. You see? Here you go. Labor enabled. Now they can cook, and maybe they're not very good at doing it, but they will do it now. Battleheim asks, "Hi, where are you from? You sound Swedish." French. Thanks for asking. And yeah, I'm new to this streaming thing, so I don't know if my accent is any indication of where I come from, because French accent is so terrible. When I hear other French people talk, I cringe a little bit. I hope my pronunciation is better and that you can understand what I say. Thank you very much for asking. Okay. French, I would have never guessed. Okay. Okay. By the way, I don't think presser and brewer are the same. Yeah, I don't too. But yeah, I set up the right job for the dwarves. How does not doctor make them doctor? No, actually, when you hover over the thing, let me show you again. So we go to units, U, and then go to manage labors, DF hack, so it's L. And then you can see the levels of the dwarves. You see that this guy is an adept miner, so he has the job enabled and has skills in it. He is level 7 miner with 1,150 out of 1,200, and when he gets experience by doing stuff, he will level up his mining skill. When the people are not assigned a job, they are just not this. So here you go. So my doctor is, for your example, it's Colette Lissatobul. She has some skill in doctor. She's adequate diagnostician, adequate surgeon, adequate bone doctor, adequate suturer, and adequate wound dresser. So it's a doctor and a nurse and a surgeon, but not very good at any one thing. This is a planter, and a quite good planter to start with. It's good to have the planter job on the inbox screen, so that you have a faster planting and a farmer that knows what he do. And for these jobs, you have no experience in them, so when you enable them, you're still not a brewer, you're just learning things. So you will be brewing, but maybe slowly and not very efficiently. Sorry. Also, if you're bad at cooking, you're not gonna burn down the whole fortress, don't worry. But you will make easy meals to start with to level up the skill faster. And once you get some levels of skill, you can move down. You can move on to make more elaborate and like tasty stuff. You can make tasty stuff at the start, but it's such a drag. You won't get that much experience from it, and you have to. I mean, you have to go through the grind of making food to become better, and then make better food as a result. Let me assign people to dwarves, if that makes sense. So Battleby, in our last playthrough you were the bowyer, but there is no bowyer yet in Disembark, since I have only 7 dwarves. I will just wait for the new migrants to arrive, and hopefully some of them will be bowyers. Or what I can do is make somebody a bowyer too. So tough choices. If you want a specific job, let me know, but we don't have many jobs yet. I have all the things written down on a separate sheet of paper, so that I can dwarf you on the right time if you want. Battleheim, if you want to be a dwarf, I will happily make it happen. Let's do it like this. You would be a manor. Oh, Battleheim wants to be the doctor. Okay. And Battleby wants to be a mason. Oh, right. That's good for me. Derpy Mongoose say, I think I'd prefer to live. Well, Derpy Mongoose, okay. But what kind of dwarf you want to be? The job they do. So let's set this up. Oh, here you go. Derpy Mongoose, if you want a random dwarf, I will happily give you that, but... Noble profession, working with stone. Yes, it's very useful to have a mason working. I wanted to give you a job right away so that you will start doing masonry things. So let's make this level the stone level, if that makes sense. Let's build a workshop and a miner's workshop. Mason's workshop, yeah. Here you go. Okay. I'm still waiting for Derpy Mongoose to say what kind of a profession he wants. If you're listening, just say what you want to be. Horindon Forgier. Good day. Thank you. Thank you for hanging around. So welcome to the stream. I will be naming dwarves after people, so if you want to be named after somebody, let me know. I only have 7 dwarves now, but this will change in time. Okay, let's build a stone stockpile right away. B and S for stone, and let's make it all this area. Once I'm done doing that, also I'm gonna designate an area downstairs that's gonna be a mirror image of this one. Oh no, I messed it up again. Hurry down. Is the woodcutter taken yet? No, he is not. I think Derpy Mongoose is where if you name one after him, he will die. Yeah, okay, well, we can wait and make you a noble. If I make you a noble, you might die in an unfortunate accident. Just saying. But yeah, the first dwarves are not likely to die from anything. I make sure that I take care of my dwarves and play a safe play style, if that makes sense. I take care of you guys, don't worry. Nobody will die. At least not this early into the game. That is inevitable. My favorite quote. Yeah. Well, the dwarves are all gonna die. I'm sorry. Let me phrase this better. They are all gonna die at some point because of old age or unfortunate events on the fort. But it will not be my fault. It will just be because it's the game. It throws fun at you. And the fun in this game is defined by how many deaths did you have in the fort. So once this area is dug out, I want my mason. So Bartleby, you're gonna be making a lot of blocks. If you make blocks out of stone, the block is lighter and one stone gives 4 blocks. So it's the building blocks that are the most easy to carry around and do stuff with. So I make sure I make this a repeat job. I press R for this, and then I press Alt W to make it a workflow. Workflow is the way of the game to set up limits on how much things you can make. So this is a repeat job, and the dwarf that will be assigned to this workshop will construct 70 blocks maximum, and he will resume producing blocks once the stock fall below 29 blocks. So if I have no blocks, now I have 0, he will start making blocks and stop at 70. Okay, that's fine by me. Also something I should do now is taking care of the business side of this. Well, dwarves like to do business in their spare times because they are a lazy bunch that like to buy things. They like to own things. So for us to be able to do any trading, we need to build something that's called a trade depot. So B, and trade depot is a D, capital D. And this is a large building. I'll make it in the center of this room. Make it out of wood. But there is a problem with what I just did, is that I don't have any architects in this fort. It's unfortunate, but well, it's just the way it is. If you replicate this process on the fort, you should switch to Dwarf Therapist and activate architecture on the dwarves, so they can like make more complicated buildings. I don't know how a trade depot is complicated, but in this game it is, and we need it to start trading with other civilizations. So I'm gonna also show a way to allow the traders into the fort from a specific area, if that makes sense. So let's do it. I'm gonna dig a kind of a tunnel that goes up to the surface through many layers of the stones. Bear with me here, guys, okay? So let's dig out an area that's like 3 by 2. Designate mine, and are all the buildings on one tile high? They are not really one tile high. They are just located on one tile level, if this makes sense. When you dig out an area like this, when you mine an area, you only dig through the level that's like one Z level high, if that makes sense. They have walls. Can you explain? Hurry down 4G. What do you want? Yeah, they have once they dig into an area, they will just dig and leave the top floor and the bottom floor intact. What I want to do now is to go one Z level higher, and the channel, press H for channel, and specify a 3 tiles channel to the downwards level. So once I channel like this on the higher level, it will create a ramp on this level, so that you can go up to this level. I will mine 3 squares here and go up 1 level. Oh, and we are already on the surface. Great. So let's make a H channel and go 3 tiles. So the entrance to the fort is gonna be... Actually, I don't like this setup. I'm gonna reset it, if I may say so. So I'm gonna remove all this, because it's 1 level down from the actual fort entrance, and I don't want to designate ramps to be removed and stuff. So yeah, let's remove designation, press X and go down, down and down. Okay, I just erased all what I did, and let's start over again. How am I gonna do this? Let's mine, go like 3 by 3 square. Okay. 4x3. Okay, and let's channel 3 squares on the upper level. No, this is too much. The possibilities are endless actually, so let's mine through 3 squares here and go 1 level up and press H for channel and channel this, dig this, channel on the top surface level, and here we go. H channel and okay, let's check this out. So we have 3 channels going down from the surface into a they are next to a dugout level on the C-1, a channel to C-2, a dugout area here, and a channel, and a dugout area on the bottom floor, and lead into my trade depot. So this will become the newer area that there will be an access to my fort. This access would be the one that I will be defending, if that makes sense. So at some point I'm gonna just abandon the stairwell that I built in the beginning and focus on defending the entrance that's made for the traders. Also, I'm gonna wall off the area around the fort entrance so that I don't get like multiple fronts attacking me at the same time. I need a little break and I will be back in a few. I'm just gonna grab some water. I'm getting my throat real dry. I'll be right back. I'm back to the screen. Let's see. So we did all the basic setting. What I'm gonna try to do in the next segment is setting up stockpiles of wood and stone. I'm gonna also focus on starting the food production, starting the brewing process, starting the carpentry, masonry, mechanic, and a craft course workshop. If you like what you have seen this far, please follow my channel, it helps a lot, and I will be happy to answer any questions on the chat. Let's do this. So okay, let's go up a few levels, and as you see, the kitchen is set up, but we don't have any supplies yet to start producing food. But we can still add a task and prepare easy meals. We will make it a repeat job by pressing R and make a workflow for this. Oh, this is too much. Okay, I'm gonna press capital R to set the range of it. I want 5 to 30 cookies, biscuits of any material at all times. The still is here, and I don't have any plump helmets yet, but I can do something that's very important to do, and I forgot to do it. Is to go to Z. As you can see, the kitchen. I wanted to... okay. I'm gonna explain this later because I don't have food that I didn't brought from Embark yet. But once we start producing the plump helmets, we need to prevent the cooking dwarf from cooking them, if that makes sense. Because if you cook something that's vegetable, it will destroy the seeds in the process. So I don't want that. I want my farmer to be able to replant the plump helmets. It's very important that you disable cooking for the plump helmets once you get some. As for the stone area, I want to build a let's build a workshop. Workshop W, and get a mechanics workshop. I like to place it like opposite of the, make it out of shale, it's okay. I want a crafts dwarfs workshop. I press R and I'm gonna place it here. It's because the little, you see that there is a 9x9 square with some bright green X's and darker green color X's. The darker green ones are uncrossable, so if you want any dwarf to be able to access the workshop, be sure to build it where the entrance is connected to a light square and not a dark one, if that makes sense. So I press enter to place it here, and I'm gonna make it out of shale, and just go. Okay. This is all I need for now. Let's resume the gameplay. What are my dwarves doing? So this is interesting because I wanted to stop the game for a while and show you the announcement. So when you are idling, you can press A for announcement, and if there is a red thing that shows up, like here, Docid Miner cancels pen and pasture stray dog because the animal is inaccessible. And if you press Z, you will zoom to the location where this happened. The location is inaccessible. I don't know how. So, yeah. He will just sleep outside in the... Okay, I'll let you there. So the announcement system is basically all that's happening in your fort. It's like basically, if anything happened in your fort, you will find it in the announcements. So he stopped producing biscuits. That's a good thing to know. So if you, this is just a general statement. If we check now the kitchen, you will see that preparing easy meals has stopped. It has a S, and R on them. It means A is active, S is like the job stopped for some reason, and R is for repeating job. S is for suspended. Yeah, suspended job. I don't know why he suspended the preparing easy meals. Let's see why. Okay, so he already made 30 biscuits, so he will stop making more biscuits for now. That's what's happening in a nutshell. Okay, this is how workflow works. Let's resume the gameplay. At some point, when my dwarves are finished sleeping, they will start making useful things. Like digging out this area, what I wanted them to do for quite a while now. This is annoying me. Oh, the stray dog has been missing for a week. That means that my dogs got slaughtered for some reason, and that I didn't see it. Ah, that's interesting. Let's view the announcement. You see, the stray dog has been missing for a week. That means that it has been killed by something or someone. Somebody that's hostile, I guess. Let's see units and go on to see the wild animals that are in the area. As you see, the stray dog is missing. There is a kangaroo buck. I don't think these are particularly aggressive, but let's see if any other dogs got like harmed by something. Oh, here he is. Oh, poor dog. He got bit by something, and we did not see that happen. You see, this is stray dog corpse. I don't know what killed it. What I'm sure of is that he wandered away and got into something like a fight, and well, he died of it. Normally the dogs will defend you from invaders and such. Since I don't see any other creatures, I will assume I don't know. I don't want to assume anything, but I will just say that that happened. Dog died, and something killed it. I'm mourning now. It's Okay, I can see that my dwarves finally got to do what I asked them to do. So I'm gonna pause the game now and make a wooden crafting area. So let's build this. Build a carpenter's workshop. It's a workshop, and it's C for carpenter's workshop. Let's make a one here. Make it out of shale, and let's do an ashery. Why? No, I can't do one yet. I'll make a carpenter that's specialized in wooden crafts. No, this is not good because it will block off the entrance to the crafts dwarf's workshop. Okay, and now I gotta set a stockpile of wood on this area. How the hell? Let's go. This is all a wood stockpile. Also, for this to work, you have to assign jobs for your dwarves, if that makes sense. So let's view units with you, and let's go to manage labors. So, allow carpentry on this guy and this guy, and wood crafting on both of these guys. No, this is wood cutting. Oh, stone crafting is good, I guess. For now, we will make the expedition leader be a stone crafter. A not very good one at this, but hey, get what you get. Mechanics, okay. I want my planter to be also a mechanic. For now, I don't have enough dwarves to do all the things I want, so I will just wait for the rest of the tasks to be. In time, they will become what I want them to become. Let's see what's happening on the surface. I'm a bit worried about my animals getting slaughtered, so soon enough we will resume the Oh, I can see some dangerous thing here. This is an alligator. Oh my. I don't want my animals to get near this thing. Nor my dwarves, for that same reason. The yak cow is still alive, I think. And I hope that my animals won't get attacked by the alligator. Oh, here's the stray apple. Let's see the status of this. Okay. Why is he so far away from his pen and pasture? You see, I have to make some defenses early, so that my animals are not just slaughtered by random animals on the map, hostile animals on the map. You can only be aware of so many things in this game. And since my dwarves are gonna run to the surface to grab the wood, since I just constructed the wooden stockpile, it is quite a dangerous task if there are threats on the surface. That makes sense. Okay. I'm okay losing one dog, but I'm not okay losing all of them. So yeah. Let's go build some defenses, shall we? For that I need a simple plan. Really simple. And let's go to capital C for wall / floor stuff. And I want to hit W for wall. Okay. Once I do this, I could place a stone wall where I want it to be placed. I'm gonna hit U a few times so that I can make a wall that's this big. By the way, I couldn't do this earlier because I didn't have the building materials to do it. Once I'm done. Shale blocks. I have a lot of shale blocks, so I will be building my defenses out of shale. Let's build a wall that's the northern part. I'm gonna hit a few times to make it a large wall. Yes. Make this out of shale blocks. Let's go, dwarves. A wall. Again, I'm gonna this big, I guess. Well, make a and out of shale blocks. That's why the mason is so important early on, because making blocks will make your walling of the fort such an easy task. W wall and such a happy music, but there is dramatic events going on in the world. Say the least. I will build a bridge that's like a raisin bridge. So G and K and U. Make it 3x3 bridge, 3 squares wide on the way, and I'm gonna make it out of gneiss blocks. This looks good enough for me. Let's unpause the game now. Also, I want to set up an area for my animals to be safe, like the yak cow and yak bull, so that I can defend them from wild animal attacks. And to do so, I will just pen pasture them in a lower level. I will just make a zone with I in this area, hit N for pen and pasture, and then capital N, select the yak cow and bull, and here they are. They will be inside and they will be safe from wild animal attacks. I guessed they ran out because they were a little afraid of the crocodile that was not very far from them, and that killed one of our dogs, I guess. So now my dwarves, when they get time, they will come pick the yak bull and yak cow and bring them to the bottom level. Oh, they went there by themselves. My yak cows are fleeing. I can see they are afraid of something that's in this general direction. So here you go. How to wall yourself off. And yes, and I don't want my dwarves to be hanging near the wagon area. So let's build a living quarters type of things. I will choose this level for this. I will designate and mine a large area. For them to drive in. This way I will prototype a living quarters area sort of thing. So it will be a long hallway, and oh, welcome back, BattleBot. Just in time. I'm gonna just set up the living quarters for my dwarves, so the area for them to hang out in. This is a designed meeting hall where they will be drinking and eating at there, and this will be a bedroom area. I'm gonna make 2 more bedrooms. Once you were, when you were away, I realized one of my dogs died to a wild animal, and I started setting up defenses for the fort. So yeah, I'm walling this thing off. And since my yak, cow and bull are afraid of whatever menace is lurking in this area, they just fled the pen and pasture I set up for them. So I'm just gonna remove the last one. This pen pasture is gonna be X, remove zones. I'm gonna remove this because I don't want my animals to be in danger. Wow, they need much space, huh? Edit, they don't need. Well, they do need some space to be able to graze because they eat the moss or the things that are laying on the ground. So here you can see that the soil floor has some dark grass growing on it. So yeah, I want my new pen pasture for them to be this area, so I assigned them to this, but nobody came to pick them up and get them downstairs out of the harm's way of a particularly aggressive alligator that's hanging by the river. I don't know where he is now. I would just check here. Here is he. Let's Z, go to unit, and here he is. Here's this guy. You see he's blinking there. He's lurking around in the river. He doesn't want to be bothered, and he already killed one of my dogs. Here you can see the blinking D is a dead dog body. And yeah, there is a thing about dead things laying around on the ground, is that they will start producing something that we call miasma. The dwarves don't need much space. Ah, you are talking about the living quarter. I was building downstairs. Yes, so these little rooms, as they are just enough to place a bed and a door, and that's basically a room, actually. I can make it one tile, just like a one tile room with a door, but my dwarves won't get very happy sleeping in a closet. So I make it like a 2x2 room. It's okay. They are small, and sometimes when they are couples, they will sleep and share the same bed. So sometimes you don't need as many rooms as there are dwarves in your fort, because some of them will be hugging together at night times. What I was showing you is the defense system I set. It's like a just defense basic thing, just building the walls around the fort. And this thing, the green highlighted thing, is a bridge that's designed, and I'm waiting for the mason to come and do it. Once this is done, I would... Oh. I need to remove it, I think. Wait, I'm gonna set it up again. So B for building, G for bridge, and now you see bridge under he retracts. I don't want a retracting bridge, I want a bridge that's raising, and for that I will press D, and it will raise in this direction to the right. So I want my bridge to be able to raise and close the... Once the bridge is done, it will create a wall in its base 3 squares. So now I'm gonna say a 3x3 bridge. It's not logical because bridges, when they retract, the height of the bridge that's raised or retracted is not like multiple Z levels up, it will be only one Z level up once the bridge is retracted. Also, while making the bridge, you have to build a mechanics workshop and make him make rock mechanisms, because you need the mechanisms to construct a lever, and you need mechanisms to link the lever with the bridge so that you can operate it to close off the entrance to your fort. That makes sense. Okay, I don't want him to make just one mechanism, I will make it like multiple one. Oh, okay, this is too much. I need like 5 mechanisms laying around at all times and 30 maximum. And now I have 0, so once I resume the gameplay, somebody will come and start making mechanisms so we can operate the bridge. And my dwarves now are constructing the walls around the main fort entrance. Once I do this, the 3x3 stairway is not gonna be the main entrance to the fort anymore. It will be the bridge area that's gonna be the main entrance. Dwarves can go to the stairway, but I need to look for ways to close it off too. There they go. I don't have that many dwarves, that's why the tasks I ask them to do take so much longer. It's because well, you don't have unlimited workforce at this point. You just have to do with the dwarves you have. On the top right of the screen you can see idlers equals 0. It means that all the dwarves are doing something. And once you see that numbers going up, like 1 idler or 2 idlers, or you can assign more jobs to your dwarves. But since I only have 7 of them, they are all busy now. Making defenses for the fort is very important. Since I lost 1 dog already to this, I don't want to lose any more. Also, since my dog died, and sometime later it will become a nuisance to it will be a nuisance because it creates bad odors, like it smells actually to have a dead body. So I have to set up a zone as a corpse stockpile so that my dogs, well, any dead animal I have is stockpiled there. It has to be on the surface because if not, the if it's not on the surface, you will have the miasma. What we call miasma is the smell of dead bodies floating around. If you do it underground, the miasma is contained and your dwarves might smell it, and it makes them have a very bad mood. Smelling dead bodies is not pleasant anyway. So, okay, they are done digging this area. Now I want my idlers to start working again, since I have 2 now, and most of them are miners. I know because they just finished digging up this area and they came back to the wagon upstairs and just hanging out in the open. And I don't want them to do that anymore. I don't want them to hang by the wagon. This is the very first meeting area you have is the area by the wagon. If you want your dwarves to stand elsewhere when they are idle, you have to set this up. So you press I and you designate a zone. I want this to be my meeting area. Press M for meeting area, and here you go. The dwarves will come and hang out here, even though there is not much to it now. They will just leave the wagon. Also, to make sure that your dwarves go to the meeting area designed for them, you can deconstruct the wagon. You press the wagon and press X for remove building. Then a dwarf will come and just remove the wagon from this area. Deconstruct it to get the wood back. Oh, this is a food stockpile. Why did I do that? This was a mistake on my part. Okay. Change settings. Change of plans. I don't want food here. I will forbid I will disable the whole food category and make it wood stockpile for now. Enable the wood, and here we go. This is a wood stockpile now. I wondered why my dwarves didn't go pick up the wood outside, and it was because I messed up. My bad. Well, I'm back now, guys. Sorry, I did not plan for this break, but there was some in real life stuff going on, so I needed to address them and not bother the stream. Let's go. So now I lost track of what I was going to do, which is annoying. So I just set up this as a wood stockpile. Hopefully now this will be working well. I'm gonna add tasks and construct beds, make it a repeat job, and make like 5 to 10 beds at all times. And Craftsdwarf will become a rock mug crafter. Let's make rock mugs. I repeat this task. Basically, this is too ambitious of a range. I want just him to make 11 to 100 goblets at all times. So they will be stored in the I'm checking if I have any plump helmets by now. Oh, I have 40 of them. So now I have to do this critical thing, that's toggling cook to red. It means that the plump helmets will only be used to be brewed, if that makes sense. And let's go and add a new task. Brew drink from plant, and let's brew repeatedly, and let's make it 60 to 150. For now we have set 27, so it will resume to brewing drinks. It will produce more seeds so that I can replant the plump helmets. What is inside this thing? I don't know. I have 3 barrels that are empty, and I know I ask too much of my dwarves. For now, just doing all the things I want them to do is enough. The 3 idlers are the miners. I need them to do something now, so I will make them do something. Yes. You see, they all gathered in the meeting area I designed earlier, and I want them to be doing something. Oh, the mechanics workshop can't function because there is no mechanic in the fort. Oh, the mechanics are already busy. Which is a problem, I guess. It's not a very good... It's not a big problem. It will come back and bite us as usual. I'm lazy like this, so I will just make it on make it so that they will haul wood. So my 3 idlers will go and haul the wood that's outside to inside the fort. Hey, here they go in a merry way. See? Oh, this is bad. As you see in the announcement, they say expedition leader cancels brew drink from plant, need empty food storage item. That's because we ran out of barrels, so let's designate somebody to go and make barrels. Add new task. Make wooden barrels. V. Make it a repeat job and make like 25 to 30 of them. No, maybe 5 to 30. Okay. Also, if you want to raise the priority of the job, you can press N on a specific job and it will raise the priority of it. Make the wooden barrel now, please. Because if you don't, the whole brewing is gonna stop, and it is an annoying thing to have happen. I'm gonna cancel this one and cancel task is C. So yeah, I don't want it to be done here. I want this craft dwarf to make wooden rock modes because it's closer to the rock stockpile. I made mistakes. And I try to not make that many mistakes. It's okay, since I can have a feel of what's going on in my fort. This comes with experience, guys. If you know something is not very efficient, you can stop it from happening, if that makes sense. Also, I don't know why I have such a bad frame rate. I guess I can just close some windows and maybe it will get better. It's getting worse actually. I don't know what is affecting the flow of this stream. I don't have any particular program that's like downloading on the background, I don't think. So yeah, let's hope it doesn't happen again, or else I will have to fiddle with my internet. So it's with the very bad frame rate. I dropped so many frames. Maybe I need to restart the stream at some point, and I will happily do that because of FPS issues, so that I can restart the router. Mind you guys, I am very new to this. I don't know what can affect the streaming quality, and I want to present some quality content for you guys. This is very concerning to me. If you have any remarks on what I can do to improve streaming quality, please let me know. I take all criticism very seriously. The only thing that I can do that I know will make an improvement overall is to just stop the stream, restart the computer and launch it again, and I don't want to do it, but maybe I will be forced to do so. Yep, let's do it. Okay, so for the guys that are watching the VOD, I'm very thankful if you got this far. I will be making this into a series, so please let me know if I can improve my content, and for all of you guys, I thank you very much. If you like this stream, please follow my Twitch channel, and I will see you in the next one.